Hi, my name's Carrie. I'm one of the clinical psychologists at Cassidy Psychology, and I'm talking today about self-harm in young people. In particular, I'm going to give a few tips to parents who might find themselves in the situation of talking to their child about self-harm. So if self-harm is something that's particularly difficult and relevant for you at the moment, then I ask you to consider if this is the right time for you to be watching this video, because it could be triggering for you. And also to bring to your attention the comments section of this vlog at the top, where I'll post the contact details of support services such as the Kids Helpline and Beyond Blue, who are able to provide you with support around self-harm 24/7. So, going ahead, self-harm is regarded as behaviour that is intentional or deliberate to hurt one's own body. And I'm referring to behaviour that's not associated with any suicidal ideation or suicidal intention. So self-harm behaviour can look like a range of different things. So it can include things such as scratching or picking at one's skin. It can include hitting oneself or banging one's head. And common things that we see include cutting or burning one's skin. So there are a whole bunch of different reasons why someone might self-harm, but generally it's regarded as a coping strategy to help someone deal with something that's incredibly distressing and overwhelming. So specifically, someone might self-harm as a way to alleviate intense emotional pain and distress, to help cope with feelings of numbness, or to help them feel more connected to their body or to reality. Sometimes self-harm is associated with strong feelings of guilt or self-hatred. It could be used to express something that otherwise feels so overwhelming and inexpressible. And sometimes it's used to communicate to other people just how bad someone really is feeling. So parents who learn that their child might be self-harming or thinking about self-harming, it's really common that they experience a whole range of different emotional reactions. So as a parent, someone might feel shock and disbelief. They might feel a huge amount of concern and worry for their child. Might feel a lot of confusion as to why this is happening, and maybe even feel strong feelings of guilt or anger about the self-harm. But what's some helpful things that a parent can do to respond to their child when having this conversation? Well, of course it's really important to assess the need for any medical attention and to facilitate that as much as possible. But it's important to do this in a way that is not a big overreaction to the extent of the injury, and also in a way that's not going to increase the alarm and distress for the young person. It's also really important to do as much as you can to remain calm during the conversation, even though you might feel very different on the inside. So to express to your child that you're there to listen, that you want to support them, and that you really care for them. That you want to try and understand the situation from their perspective. So to help you stay calm, it could be helpful to maybe take some deep breaths, or remind yourself that self-harm is a coping strategy, that the young person's trying to deal with the situation. And also to remind yourself, you don't have to get every word right in this conversation, okay? And by doing these things, a young person is going to be far more likely to trust you and continue to share things with you and continue to seek support from you if they get the sense that you are there to listen and to try and understand. It's also really important not to criticise harshly or to tell the young person that they just have to stop this behaviour, because it's actually quite possible that at this time the young person might not be able to stop the behaviour just yet. And that until they get some professional support, such as through a psychologist, it might actually be too difficult for them at the moment. And so instead, to encourage a sense of hope and optimism that support is available, that things can be done to help the young person through this difficulty. And also, another tip for parents is to get your own support if this is something that you're dealing with within your family. So as a parent, you don't have to be going through this on your own as well. So it could be helpful for you to educate yourself about self-harm, such as reading some information on the websites that I've attached in the comments below, or speak to your GP, or speak to some other family members. And in doing so, it could be helpful to check in with your young person and encourage them to think about who else they would feel okay in sharing this information with. So that would they like to share this information with their GP, or with a psychologist, or one of the support telephone lines, or someone else in the family. And if this is a difficulty that is relevant in your family, then I encourage you to give us a call at Cassidy Psychology, and you can phone us on 6381 0071. And at Cassidy Psychology, all of our psychologists are experienced in working around self-harm, and we would look forward to working with you to help you flourish and thrive. I hope you found some of this information useful. Thank you.